Hi, welcome. I'm Ashley Schrader. Today we're going to spend about 20 minutes on a meditation that is specifically a Kriya. If you're not familiar, Kriya is a multi step meditation designed to take you deeper. The apex of this meditation is Kevala Kumbhaka. Most of us are familiar with Kumbhaka. It's breath retention. So we do that a lot, utilizing the bandhas and holding. And Kevala actually means pure or absolute. So the meditation is going to take us to this place where we may not even notice that we're not breathing. So the breath retention actually becomes effortless. And we're in this state where we are in so deep that we forget to breathe. And when we're there, I'll kind of guide us through it. And don't feel like you have to try to make anything happen. Just kind of go in and see what comes up. And this is one of those practices that if you practice every day, it truly does cultivate joy. So find a comfortable seat. You might grab a block. Go ahead and close the eyes. Soften the face as you send the shoulders back to rest directly over the pelvis. Allow the skull to start to hover over the base of the spine. Before we manipulate the breath, we'll observe, watching where the breath is most prominent, where we sense it most physically. And then we'll begin to engage Ujjayi breath. So it's that breath that moves in and out the nose. And becomes a little bit deeper, a little bit stronger. Notice now if you can lengthen out the inhalation and the exhalation to a count of 6. So we inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that going. Now, the next step in this meditation is to bring awareness with the inhalation from the heart down to the pelvic floor. So the inhale, awareness moves down. And then on the exhale, awareness moves down or up from the pelvic floor to the heart. So inhale, breath moves down to pelvis. Exhale, breath up to heart. Almost as if inhale moves down, we're exploring the central channel with our breath. And then continue on for another minute or so with the breath moving down on the inhale and up with the exhale. No worries if mind gets a little lost. Just bring it back to its anchor, this movement of breath. Next step in the meditation is same breath pattern. So inhale, awareness shifts down. And the exhale, as awareness moves up toward the heart, we imagine that sense of almost like childlike joy. It's pure. And you don't have to force it. Just try to imagine it, sense it, feel it physically. And you might even watch that sense of joy move down towards the pelvis on the inhale. And then you watch it kind of pump back up towards the heart on the exhale. And if it helps to bring back this kind of sense of smile on the face, you don't even have to move a muscle. Just imagine that sense behind a smile. That sometimes helps me. I'll try this for another minute or so. Just pure bliss. And it almost becomes like the less you try, the easier it is to access this place. And the next step in this Kriya is to bring awareness, same pattern. We follow awareness to the pelvis on the inhale, and then on the exhale, that sense of joy moves up past through the heart to the crown of the head. So rather than stopping at the heart, we continue to watch that sense of joy with ease make its way up to the crown. And then at the bottom of the exhale, moves back towards the heart and to the pelvic floor on the inhale. The next step here is as you watch that joy and awareness move from the heart to the crown, there is this beam of light that starts at the heart and moves up to the crown. Or you might even imagine the space between the brain and the skull here at the kind of center point of the top of the head. So watch that exhale. Sense or feel that light move from the heart to the crown. And then on the inhale, that light travels back down to the heart. And awareness shifts back to the pelvis. And again, we don't have to force that visualization of light. You can just simply have the intention of a beam of light from the heart to the crown. Inhale, that awareness shifts down. Exhale, that bright beam of light from heart to crown. Now keep the points of awareness just between the heart and the crown. So inhale to the heart, exhale to the crown. That beam of light still connecting the 2 points. Now the breath begins to soften and becomes more effortless. And we start to visualize this source of bright white or golden light just above the crown of the head. Sense or feel this warm light radiating from outside of the skull, just above the crown, all the way through every cell there in the brain. Now, at the bottom of every exhale or inhale, or maybe a pause. Pause without much effort. When the breath wants to return, we don't fight it, we just surrender. And if you're inclined to stay with the pause of breath between the inhale and the exhale, may that be your Kumbhaka, that's fine. Pure, absolute stillness, radiating joy, light. And pauses may involuntarily become longer. Stay in that bliss. Slowly bring awareness back to sensation of the breath. You can use expansion and depth to bring you back. Return to in for 6 and out for 6. Take your time. You can just gently rub the thighs and just kind of bring yourself back. Maybe you can rub the palms together and create a little heat. Drop the chin in towards the chest. Take the palms to the sockets of the eyes and just bring senses back with the heat here. Slowly release the hands down. You can kind of just keep the eyelids heavy. You start to flutter them open. So that was Kevala Kumbhaka. It is one of the, I think, most sacred ways to tap into that divine higher power, whatever you want to call it. And I think it gets you there pretty quickly. So that's one method, but there are so many others. If you have questions, please reach out and let me know. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. Namaste.